Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Lauren, long time no talk, and welcome to my April TBR. I didn't do one last month. Last month was a crazy month. I really didn't read a lot. I mean, I read, but like, I feel like I didn't retain a lot of information. I think that's more down to like what was happening in my life that I just didn't retain anything, but like, it is what it is. Here we are to talk about what I'm going to be reading this month. Some of these I've had on my TBR for months and I still haven't done it. So this month I'm going to do it. We're starting with the reread of Clockwork Prince. I started this last month. I think I made it. Yeah, like the tiniest little bit. Need to do it again. I love this book. It's just, I just need to read it and I just keep forgetting to read it. So that's gonna be read this month. I love this world. I love these characters. No complaints, because I really need to read Chain of Thorns, and like a lot of that book series has gone straight out of my head. So I just want to get to that, and I feel like I just need to reread this whole world. On the same vein, Serpent and the Wings of Night. I've had this on my TBR for months. I'm going to be reading it this week. I will start it today. I am going to do it. I am nervous. I've heard mixed reviews. I thought this was really well loved, but apparently not by everyone. So we're gonna see how we go. This is on here. This is some sort of like new adult romantasy, or is it a fantasy? Don't know. Gonna see how we go. I haven't read a true romantasy in a while. So I have like a set of goals and like things that I want to tick off that I'm doing every month to sort of make sure that I'm reading diversely in terms of genre, representation, all the things. I feel like that is very important. So one of those genres that I'm trying to dabble more in is thriller. I do enjoy thriller. I just really struggle with like remembering to pick them up, because as long as I find good ones, like I'm fully sucked in. I am going to read You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. This has been on my TBR since like last year and I never ended up reading it, but I loved The Perfect Marriage. I know not everyone loves it. I loved it, but that's me. So that is one. I really know nothing about it. I think it's something to do with like a Airbnb. I don't know, but I'm into it. And then I want to be doing some more non-fiction. So typically that looks like memoirs for me. I like learning about people's lives, but I'm going to listen to The Shift by Tinks. I love Tinks. I love all her theories. I love listening to her voice. This is narrated by her. For me, non-fiction, non-fiction and thriller, I generally enjoy a lot more listening to, because the voice narration of a thriller is 10 out of 10, and I love hearing an author read their own story. So that's how I like to consume them. Then we have Asher Parker Doesn't Fail. This comes into my diverse author category. So I want to be reading like from a diverse author, a diverse story, a BIPOC author, and BIPOC main characters. So that's what I'm doing with that. I haven't picked my BIPOC story and author yet for the month. Not sure what I'm going to pick up. I'm leaving room to sort of see how I feel, because I do want to read J.L. Seeger's backlog, so that could be an option. So we will see. But for my diverse author, I have picked Asher Parker Doesn't Fail by Ashley Herring Blake. My understanding is that Ashley Herring Blake in the LGBT community, my understanding, could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but either way, it is following an FF relationship. I just read Delilah Green, Doesn't Care, really enjoyed it, 4 stars. Very excited to see where Ashford's story goes. I think it's going to be really interesting, really great. I love to see someone like, I love a redemption novel, and I love seeing someone grow and develop as a human being. So diverse story is an MM romance. So in this book we have gay representation and bi representation. If you don't know anything about Heartstopper, this is a graphic novel by Alice Oseman. I adore these books with my whole heart and soul. I think they're so cute, so wholesome, so sweet. Perfect. I bought this a little while ago and I haven't read it yet. I haven't picked it up, so I am going to read it this month. This is generally a one-sitting book for me. Obviously they're very short, and they do have beautiful illustrations. If you haven't read these books, you should, and if you haven't watched the series, you also should, because they are perfect. The way they cast this series is amazing, because they look exactly like the pictures. Editing Lauren coming in here, I forgot to say, my monthly pick for my BIPOC author is going to be a love song for Ricky Wilde. I read Tia Williams last month and loved her. I loved 7 Days in June. It was amazing. Highly recommend that. That's going to be there. I still will pick up another BIPOC story. Not sure what that's going to be yet, but I'm going to pick up BIPOC story. That is the T. Williams book is either going to be my BIPOC story or my BIPOC author, depending what I pick up. I forgot to say that. That's that. I wrote it down and I didn't put it in my main list because I definitely wanted to read that. Then we have some Western, we have some cowboy romances. There is a few sort of cowboy southern stories here, but we have Smoking Gun by Lainey Lawson. I want to say Lainey Wilson, that's a singer. This is, I believe, Brother's Best Friend. Yes, Brother's Best Friend, Ranch House. This is giving me a lot of Yellowstone vibes. All I'm picturing here is Lainey Wilson and Jake from Yellowstone, but don't know where it's gonna go. It's nice and short. Probably gonna end up reading this KU, but I got this gifted to me by Shade. I love this cover. I think it is stunning. Like, look at that. That is gorgeous. My friend Taylor recently read it. She enjoyed it. She's like, I took a really interesting twist, but just let me know how you go. I'm like, okay. Next we have Wild River by Laura Pavlov. I love Laura Pavlov. We know this. This is her newest release and released like at the end of March, so I'm adding it to my April TBR. Don't know the tropes, but it's part of her new series. I'm gonna read it and love it anyway because I love everything she puts out. Honestly, I don't think I've ever read one of her books below 4 stars. So I think that tells you everything that you need to know about how I feel about Laura Pavlov. I am going to read this month. I am going to read The Beast that is Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. I'm ready to have my heart broken. I wanted to make sure that I was investing a good amount of time into this because I've been so busy. I just haven't had the chance to read this. I wanted to like sit down, read it with my eyeballs and just digest it because I know that this is gonna rip my soul out and put it back together. This is chunky. I've heard some people say it's too long, but for me, anything this woman puts out, I'm gonna read it. And then the last 3 books on my TBR are by the same author. They're all by C.W. Farnsworth. I adore her with my whole heart and soul. I was going to read King and Country a few months ago, but then I heard that there was a bit more of a reading order. They were sort of connected. So I am going to read Heartbreak for Two. I believe she's like, it's a country music singer and like her high school crush, stepsister's ex-boyfriend, messy, right person, wrong time kind of vibes. Now it's like forced proximity. I'm just gonna read it and enjoy it. Don't really know what it's about. And then the next book that links to that is Six Summers to Fall. I know nothing about it. Literally, it's in the reading order, so I'm gonna read it. I'm just gonna go with it because I'm probably gonna like it. And then the last one is King and Country. He's a country music singer. She's like an agent that has to get him back on the road, something along those lines. I don't know. It's all gonna make sense as I start reading. But here are some of the books that I intend to read this month. I'm trying to keep my TBR short, like 10 books or so. I don't even know how many I added to this month's TBR. I'm good with like whatever. I'm gonna read these and love these. Hold myself accountable this month because I just haven't been reading properly. So this is this month's TBR. Make sure you like and subscribe because I'm going to make a conscious effort to put out videos this month. I've been so slack, I know. I'm really sorry. And comment below what's on your TBR for the month of April because I'd love to hear. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.